We're today on the beach, the Pacific Ocean type beach, and we're going to a place called the Sea Lab, and we're going to see some very interesting things, but you can tell me a little bit about what to expect.
Apparently they've got some black sea bass there that are only a couple of years old, so they're not as large as they can get when they're full grown, but they're still going to be larger than probably any fish I've ever seen in my life. They're going to have a tank of lobsters, they'll have a couple of octopus, that kind of thing.
We might have forgotten the most important thing, and that is it's Earth Day, and we're here in Southern California celebrating.
Absolutely, and one of the favorite places of anybody in Southern California to be on Earth Day or any day is on the beach.
Good touch, yeah. We're going to put him back in the water then.
Brent, you're the director, the program director, I guess, of Sea Lab. Tell us what we can expect to see today.
Oh yeah, well you're in for a great show today. We have fish feeding on the hour. They're going to be back here feeding some halibut. They're going to be feeding a bass. We have some new giant black sea bass on display. We've got the California spiny lobsters, a whole heap of different crabs and touch tanks that you can get wet and learn about the local marine environment.
What kind of creatures will we see?
We can look up close at schooling fish. We have some California spiny lobsters. You know, a lot of people don't realize that our lobsters here in California don't have claws. So that's one of the things for kids to learn about. Also, we have halibut, California halibut here, which is a flatfish. A lot of people have eaten halibut, but don't exactly know what they look like or how they swim around in tanks. So again, you can see that here today.
The wonders of the Pacific await visitors at the Sea Lab in Redondo Beach. The facility is a program of the LA Conservation Corps and is home to dozens of species of marine life, offering visitors a glimpse into our silent underwater world.
The Sea Lab is a program of the Los Angeles Conservation Corps. We teach 18 to 24-year-old inner city youth all about our local marine environment and about how they can help out in the community. So our young people come down, they get enthusiastic, and they get hands-on job training here at the Sea Lab on all kinds of things, marine science, marine education, habitat conservation, tree planting, a lot of different aspects on green jobs that our young people can learn about and then go out and gain jobs in.
I do see that people today are celebrating Earth Day. Is that right?
We have an open house here at Sea Lab. We're expecting, thousands of people down here. They can all get their hands wet. They can all see a little bit of their local marine environment and, learn a little bit more about how they can make less of a carbon footprint on our environment and how they can help the environment, which we often take the environment for granted, but learning about it and then learning to live and, not have a big impact on the environment.
In an outdoor area for visitors, about a dozen touch tanks offer close-up views of numerous marine species like sea bass and lobster. This particular afternoon happens to be the day before Earth Day, and the Sea Lab celebrates the annual event with eco-themed booths and vendors. Our co-host Amanda is even able to hone her unique talents with a hula hoop. And at the shore, a late morning gathering attracts hundreds of cleanup volunteers as a prelude to the next day's annual Earth Day beach cleanup events, which attract thousands of participants each year.
Started back in the early 70s. It's grown, the movement's grown through the years, and LA Corps is very proud to be part of Earth Day here in Los Angeles. Today we're at our Sea Lab, and this is the South Bay's Earth Day, major celebration. But as we speak, we have crews at probably 2 other Earth Day events and one in downtown Los Angeles, one in East LA, and one in San Fernando Valley today. But this is the LA Corps' kind of marquee Earth Day event, and we're very, very proud to host it again this year.
One of the Sea Lab's greatest assets is its many educational programs which enrich local students on the marine sciences and the importance of protecting the ocean's biodiversity.
I'm in charge of all the education programs that we offer, so that includes field trips on site, which basically means we have about 60 to 70 kids on site. They do a 3-hour program where they get to see and touch the animals. They go out to the beach and do activities out there, whether it's bird watching, digging in the sand, looking at sand crabs, and then they do a third activity that ties in more into their meeting their life science standards. So that might be adaptations or doing a squid dissection. It all depends on the grade level. So those are the education programs on site. And then we also go out to schools, and we travel in different areas throughout LA County and offer programs in schools as well for 4th and 5th graders and any other grade as well.
What would be some of the favorite aspects of the Sea Lab that you personally like?
Actually, my favorite thing about being here at the Sea Lab is working with our interns, with our core members. Because I started as one myself, I want to make sure that they have the opportunities that I received in terms of learning and opportunities in terms of education as well. So that's ultimately my favorite thing, is working with them and helping them reach whatever goal they have, whether that is going to a 4-year university, going to just starting college, or whatever it might be that they're wanting to pursue.
Sea Lab is one of several programs of the LA Conservation Corps. So Sea Lab is part of the LA Conservation Corps fabric. And so today, the young folks working here at the Sea Lab are leading beach cleanups. They're giving tours of the site. They're acting as docents and with our touch tanks and our tide pools, as well as managing the whole entire event for the city of Redondo Beach, as well as the local communities, Hermosa, Manhattan, what have you.
There are a lot of plants behind you. Why is that?
LA Conservation Corps Sea Lab program has a native plant nursery here, and we grow plants specifically for coastal restoration projects. So all the plants that you see here are being grown or are specific and are found endemic to the South Bay area, the coastal bluffs and everything else. So we do a lot of restoration. So we plant a lot of the plants ourselves. We do the seed collection, as well as we provide plants for Bayona Creek, Bayona Wetlands, the Bolsa Chica, Madrona Marsh. So we grow plants for other agencies and other nonprofits to do restoration projects within the South Bay and Southern Coast region.
Adjacent to the Sea Lab is the West Basin Municipal Water District's purification facility. Their mission is to provide a safe and reliable supply of high-quality water to the communities they serve, utilizing the salt water that is so abundant off the California coast.
We bring the community and students in and teach them about, how vital water is to, the human body and then our planet. And then we teach them a little bit about where our water comes from, how we get our water here to Southern California. It's traditionally a dry place. It's a desert, but, we have green lawns, we have water every time we turn on the tap. But where's it come from? So we teach them about that. We're also exploring some new technologies, working with some partners on desalination, so taking the salt out of ocean water and seeing how we might be able to use that water in our homes or for drinking. And so that here on site we have a pilot desalination project that's looking at the options for taking salt out of water, giving that to people in their homes.
Well, we're here in Redondo Beach, California, and we're in Kings Harbor, and this is where our desal demonstration facility is. So within West Basin service area, which extends all the way up to Malibu, all the way down to Palos Verdes.
Why are you doing this?
Well, we're doing it to show that West Basin is really interested in water reliability 2020. We're trying to increase our water reliability in sustainable sources here in our service area, and we want desal to be a portion of that for about 10%.
So from what I gathered earlier, you had told me that the water supply is not as good as it should be, and that's why you're doing this.
Well, currently there's issues with imported water, and our reserves are getting cut off from the California Aqueduct and the Colorado River Aqueduct. So in us becoming reliable with our own water source, we would be able to handle a drought situation, or if our reserves got cut down further from the aqueducts.
So now that your source is the Pacific Ocean, you feel comfortable with that?
Yes, we do. We actually provide a lot of marine protection programs, and we've done a lot of sampling for the last year. We have wedge wire screens, and we pump at low flows to verify that we're impacting the least amount of animals as possible and the marine life out there.
Will there be a time or and place in Southern California where people will be drinking your water here?
Well, we hope so. You could actually taste the water inside at our taste test, but we're looking by 2020 to hopefully run maybe a 10 to 20 million gallon a day plant, full-scale facility here in our service area.
After our tour through the plant, we simply have to see if their desalinization claims could hold water. So, Amanda eagerly accepts the West Basin Water Challenge.
There's no yucky aftertaste. It's really pure. It's smooth. It's like drinking bottled water, only better. I like this one a lot better.
Proponents of the West Basin Water District and the neighboring Sea Lab hope that the policymakers in Washington will put an end to their foot dragging and recognize that sensible environmental policies are crucial to the welfare of the planet.
Nowadays, the issues are more, I think, behind the scenes, more about in regards to policy and future policy as opposed to fixing problems. Now it's more preventing future problems. So I think it's all in the eye of the beholder, really. It's, in my opinion, it's always safe to be a little cautious and side on the conservative. Again, conservation's our middle name. Let's be a little conservative and let's hedge our bets and be a little bit friendlier to our planet, a little bit more responsible. That can't hurt anybody. And plus, it's great for the economy.
Amanda, how should we celebrate this Earth Day?
Well, with any Earth Day, since it started back in the 1970s, everything was all about being natural, being free. I'm actually barefoot today on the beach, but my clothes are also organic. My dress is raw silk, my top is tie-dyed cotton, but tie-dyed with vegetable dyes. As well as being organic, it's good to get to know more about the environment that we're in, and since we're standing here at the ocean, what's better than finding out more about the critters that live inside it?
What has it been like for you to be working here at the Sea Lab?
Every year's been a little bit different, and from the beginning I actually started off as a core member myself. So I started off as an intern, and I learned a lot during those first 2 years. I actually learned a lot of what I know here, and I actually just came back from another program to increase my professional development in terms of that. So I did a program with NOAA called Teacher at Sea. So I was out in American Samoa with the NOAA ship and learning about the different research that's going on out there. And so I'll bring that and bring it back here and try and implement whatever I learned here on site as well.
I've been very passionate about marine science and the environment for a long time, and be able to pass that on to young people and see young people get inspired about the environment, that's very dear to my heart.
Can you tell me about the future of Sea Lab?
Yeah, we have a bright future here in the South Bay. Every year we see more and more young people. Kids come in, learn about the marine environment, and then they take that out to the, back to school and develop their marine education, and often come back and volunteer and work here and, basically help save our marine environment.
For a glimpse into this silent and fascinating realm that has provided a window of opportunity to so many of today's youth, get your feet wet and pay a visit to the Sea Lab, located on Harbor Drive in Redondo Beach, California. When we return, we'll continue the environmental momentum when we pay a visit to one of LA's most abused natural resources. Stay with us as we participate in the Great Los Angeles River Cleanup when Out and About continues.